I got involved with recording the gig. It was the very first rock gig I'd recorded. I turned up at college. I was an undergraduate at Cambridge at the time. A guy came down from the roof who was mending it, noticed my tape recorder and said, "Is that a tape recorder?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you want to record a gig?" It was literally that simple. And it turned out he was promoting a Hawkwind and Pink Fairies gig, which eventually turned up also to be featuring what they call the last minute put together boogie band on the posters.
The last minute put together boogie band was this sort of loose sort of boogie music outfit really that played quite a lot of gigs around Cambridge, very sort of floating lineup. They had lots of sort of musicians coming in and out, but the nucleus of it for a time was Twink, Jack Monk, and an American sort of blues guitarist called Bruce Payne. Yeah, they played this gig at Cambridge Corn Exchange, January '72. So there's last minute put together a boogie band playing on this bill with Hawkwind and the Pink Fairies. Fred Frith sat in with them on guitar for the night, and Syd comes on and does a few numbers.
Syd, I think, just did some basic guitar work. He wasn't playing his stuff, he was just enjoying playing with some good musos, being some fairly experimental stuff.
From what I know from people who've heard the tape, he doesn't actually do a great deal. He's announced on stage, and you know, there are 3 guitars, one of which by process of elimination must be him, but mostly he's sort of going jump, 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 jump.
The tape, the original master tape, went to the producers just as a record, and God knows where that's gone. I kept a personal tape, and they're on tapes that big, and you can't play them. They were a domestic format, and it just got put in the tape store and then got stored on the top of the... It's been in various buildings in store as like an archive, but it was only a domestic copy, and I really didn't think there was any quality there. It was just like a tangled mess. It just disappeared. I was always wanting to listen to it, and rapidly, by the mid-80s, the stuff you played it on was antique and you couldn't get it. Some of the things that can happen with old tapes, they can fall apart. There's all sorts of things that can happen that can screw them up, and in 30 years I was thinking that the tape would just be destroyed, demagnetized, damp, and I was amazed that it worked, and even more amazed that it sounds reasonable and there's nothing too embarrassing. But it's not a miracle it's not an undiscovered amazing thing by Syd.